Welcome, Jenn.
Thank you.
I'm Elaine Parker.
Elaine, you said? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Pam Ogden.
Pam Ogden, okay.
Jared Goble.
Jared Goble.
I'm April.
Okay,
Bob McFadden.
okay.
Britton, we've spoken
Yes.
during your lecture.
Okay, I remember.
And Tyler Peay.
Okay, it's nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you as
Are you
well.
the Pays from Canyon Road?
No, not those ones. I'm related to them, but I'm not them. I'm up in Pleasant Grove.
We won't hold that against you.
You
guys all filled out again here.
Okay.
Do we
Sorry,
want-
Britton, I spelled your name wrong. Did the wrong,
Well, at least you did
How
it
is
in a
it
fun way.
literally.
She's got an F instead of an R. I mean, you can call me
I was-
Britton Runolfson if you want. I'll run with that all day.
I just realized I went, oh, whoops.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's an R instead of an F.
It is an
Yeah.
R.
I just thought it was cool.
I think it's cool too. I might just change it. Distance myself from my heathen relatives. Easily.
Well, mine were the rebellious ones from Ireland, so.
Oh, are they? Yeah. No, I love that. Is anything out of Ireland not rebellious?
Probably not. But I'm from the Northern Irish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You retain any of the accent?
No, that's many generations
get
back.
passed down?
It didn't get passed
Too
down.
bad.
No. We spent a couple of years in England, so I picked up some of it.
Oh,
but-
that's fun.
Nice. Yeah.
The Irish were a lot easier
Wanna
to
do it?
understand
Yeah, we
than the
can start.
Scottish.
Let's do
Really?
it.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
We've got, we have a quorum.
Unless they start speaking Gaelic, and then you're out of luck.
You're really-
What
are you doing in England?
Kirsten and
We were
Sean.
missionaries.
Oh,
You already got your voice recorder
We
running?
were,
Yep, it's going.
Okay, good.
we lived in Preston, we're part of the Manchester Mission.
All right, well, I will welcome everybody here and welcome all the newest members. We're super grateful to have you all here. That's awesome. And we've already kind of done some of the introductions. So this is first time for each of you, or I missed a meeting?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm first time.
First time for a lot of us.
Okay. Well, I guess it's just Elaine and I that have got the little bit of, Elaine's gotten the most legacy here, I believe. She's been doing
Looks
this-
like it.
You've got the most experience of all of us. So, looks like as far as our agenda goes, we're gonna elect whatever we're gonna do for our chairs for this year. I happen to wear a chair for last year, and they're, oh my gosh, I'm just blanking on her name. Barb
Cooper.
Cooper, she was my vice chair, but she wasn't going to come this year, so. Do you wanna explain what the roles are, or?
Well, chair, I guess, pretty much runs the meeting. Often the chair or the vice chair is the one who helps kind of runs the presentation to city council, which will be happening in March. Is when we're scheduled
Okay.
to do our presentation. So you just open it to a motion, whoever wants to.
And I know you guys are new, but there's like, for me, I was my first or second time when they say, hey, you guys, they're here. So it's not really that complex. And this presentation she spoke of, you just basically go before the city, we'll share our goals, which I'm assuming we're gonna go over a little bit here today. And it's just an opportunity to kind of let everyone know what we're doing. Do any of you have a passion to do this, or do we want any other thoughts?
I've done
I
it
want to know
before.
what
Yeah, I was
doing
gonna
this
say.
entails.
Overall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
new on the
that's
committee.
One of our
Like
introductions.
help us
That'd be great.
understand the vision of the committee, like
Yeah.
short.
Yeah, I mean, do you
So
want
maybe
to
that's
pull up?
part of your mission.
Who's got
The presentation?
Yeah, that might be the easiest, actually.
Do you want me to put it in slideshow mode?
That's fine. So, in the case of what we do, I don't know if I can summarize it, but it's basically, we just want others to feel like the city cares about the individuals and what they're doing with the way they present their residents as well as businesses. So it's actually been kind of fun for me. I get to go and meet people that say, man, you're doing an amazing job, and you share that with them, and so you give these little awards that we're probably on the next slide down, and then from there, and we do that just during the summer. So that starts about
In May, we start giving
May
out
through
awards.
Yeah, we do the parade, so we walk in the parade, and it's just to reinforce this idea that as a community, we have this desire to make Orem beautiful. That's really sort of the intent. And then there's other things we'll do too. We'll talk about, some of those goals.
Sorry, guys, I don't know how they set this
No,
up.
it's fine.
That's great.
So ultimately, like in this past year, we did these awards, and I think it's 10 per area.
Yeah, 10 per area, 2 a month is what we ask.
Yeah.
And then the holiday, you get 2 signs, and that starts usually around Thanksgiving till,
End of the year.
end of the year for like
Yeah.
lighting.
Yeah. And so anyway, you get a chance just to go take these around and again just recognize somebody. And for me, it's just a chance to meet people that have just done a really great job. And sometimes these will come through individuals in the community say, boy, I really love this person, what they've done. And April will get those and share them with the respective areas, or you'll find it on your own as you're just out and around in that specific geography. And then we just do a few of these for Christmas lights or other things. That's probably the most engagement I'd say we have. There's some other things I know that have been brought forward. I don't know, Elaine, and you've done this many more years than I. What am I missing here that's...
We provide newsletters,
Okay.
articles for the newsletter that
Yeah.
comes out every month. If they didn't do it during COVID, but participate with the Arbor Day celebrations, and there's different little things like that we're invited to attend
How frequently do we present to the city council?
Just once.
once a year.
Once a year.
Yeah.
In
And that
March.
really is this presentation that you just shared. That's the entirety of it. I think it took like 10 or 15 minutes max.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's really just to make the city council
Yeah.
aware of activities.
That's my yard.
Really?
I know. I put it on there.
Yeah.
And then I found out it was you. I was like, are you kidding? That was my funny favorite
sorry.
moment.
Oh, no, you're
I
totally
got
fine.
so lost.
No
I had to
worries.
call Dave Spencer and be like, where is this building?
Well, my GPS took me into a whole different neighborhood too.
Yeah.
Did it
Google.
take you
Was it
into
Google
the
Maps?
North Park,
Yeah.
into
No, I
a
didn't.
trailer park in
Trust
North
it.
Orem?
No, I didn't get the trailer park.
Maps.
I didn't get as far west as why is it sending me here?
Kirsten?
Yeah.
Hi, Kirsten, I'm Britton.
Yeah, Kirsten.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi,
Bob
guys.
McFadden.
Bob? I will forget all your names.
That's
Hey, that's okay.
So that's what this is
It's
for?
on the
Britton.
list.
Yeah, we
There's a
can
list.
put the list right there.
Hey.
Well,
Cool.
welcome.
Thanks,
We're
guys.
just barely got started. And it's like, we're just talking about our roles, responsibilities here.
Oh, good.
So anyway, that's where we get this opportunity during the summer, and we recognize great people like Elaine have amazing yards in our area.
And do you, so each person gets signs and they just go put them where they think people
That's
want?
right.
Yeah,
And
there's
so you have
there's
to
a
come home one
letter.
day and be like, wow, there's a,
Yeah, there's a
Letter.
letter that we have the mayor sign, and they write. It used to be we'd mail them out, but after COVID, we were like, okay, we're not going to. You can just put the letter on the door if you don't want to knock on the door or nobody answers. But
So she's actually got a nice little Google Doc set up, so as you go about, well, it's a little form that you'll fill out, so you hopefully get the person's name, get permission to share their pictures, and at the end, it's just an opportunity to recognize somebody's good work, and it just makes them feel good. And then we'll capture those images, and hopefully it gets shared on the city's page from a Facebook perspective, and then we'll get a chance to recognize it there at the city council. But it really doesn't require a lot of time, and I know there's, besides the newsletter we talked about, the other program of maybe having our little community garden. And that's something I know I was going to propose for the upcoming this year's goals to see where that stands, if that's going to happen or not. I would like to see that. It'd be kind of cool.
Well, I heard it was moving forward.
Is that good?
That was one of the reasons why they asked me to be a part of it.
Great.
oh, good.
Because I'm master gardener, I
Love
garden
it.
in my own yard, I work at
You can
Thanksgiving
just-
Point.
Well, you guys
Oh,
are
wow.
great. I just like seeing the city itself. It's just nice to see people be recognized.
Yeah.
But
Well,
most,
we have a lot of apparently city-owned land that's not really having anything done with it, period.
That's right. Yeah, I forget how many there were. It was dozens of it though. It was,
There's a lot, but a lot of them are like little slivers of cleanup parcels in
Yeah.
between property lines and things like that. There's thousands of pieces like that. But we do have what we call an I-team. It's a group of interns up at the city manager's office who's been assigned to look into this further, and they've done a full analysis and extracted all of those parcels, and they're going through and identifying any of those parcels that would qualify as a good candidate for a community garden.
Okay.
And then what we're doing is, we've already had a couple of meetings with Community Action to get their support and maybe even more consulting with them on what makes a successful community garden, because we've done a number of them in the past. And unfortunately, they weren't really well supported and kind of fell flat over a short period of time. So we're working with Community Action because I know that they're working with a number of other neighboring cities that have had some really good success with their lots and gardens. And the next step I believe that we're in right now is working on identifying the locations that made sense, and then doing community surveys in those areas to find out what the support for those sites would be, because we're learning that the more successful gardens are those that will maybe form similar to what we have here, a small community committee
The little
where
neighborhood.
there's some ownership and they meet regularly and they all kind of form a garden club where there's ownership, and they even talked about maybe some small fees to get people to have buy-in to the project. But anyway, we're working through that with them. And I've also met with some people with UVU, and I'm actually talking with an instructor there that has a body of students that would maybe be interested in helping us conduct those surveys.
that'd be great.
So that's kind of where it's at right now.
Yeah, I have a PowerPoint that was given to me by the county extension agent on gardening,
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
that if we wanted to do a class of some kind, to just
Yeah,
invite
that'd be
people
great.
to be educated on how they could do raised bed gardens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Vertical even too.
Excuse me?
Vertical maybe too.
That's certainly an option.
Welcome to
My
that.
kids tease me all the
I
time
need
because I have
lessons.
a pot garden.
Yeah. I think that's where we're at too.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
What
something we'll
about-
put on the table for something. Go ahead.
Well, I just wonder, as we talk about this community garden, I know that there's some overlap with the sustainability commission. And they just talked about they're bringing somebody in to do a lecture on gardening, actually, so it
Oh,
would be
cool.
worth it to connect and just
Okay.
Work together.
streamline
on that.
effort, work together, I don't know.
Yeah.
What about, could we consider approaching entities, school groups who might want to do it as a benevolent effort to donate food to the food bank and not just make it about a private neighborhood and
They did
individuals?
share in some of the others that some of that excess food was used for that purpose, so like
Yeah,
down in Provo.
it's kind of sponsored
same.
or brought up by the Community Action
Mhm.
Commission, and they donate any of their excess to the food bank or
Mhm.
that kind of thing, so I think there is something involved like that.
They do have that little piece of land Orem does right at, I'm gonna mess this up, Canyon View Junior High?
That's one I was actually identified
Is that
to.
right?
Thought it'd be a great little
Where is
fit.
it?
On 8th East and
Yeah.
just north of 8th
Yeah,
North, right?
Canyon View. It's like tucked in the corner past the seminary building. And it almost looks like it's somebody's backyard.
Is it north of the seminary building?
Yeah,
But behind the yard, behind that house?
behind the house.
So there's, but
So
there's
fenced
several.
off.
Right.
They've used it as like for the school, like a nature little identification of nature. I don't know for classes, but it's kind of just overgrown, and I think the people in front of it have been wanting to purchase it, but I don't think they've had success through Orem City to be able to do that.
So but that's definitely one of the things we want to decide, and then depending
Yeah.
upon whoever's passionate, then we get that
That's
involvement.
cool.
So that's a goal I think we could add, if everyone's in agreement. And then, back to sort of what we do is, so we do meet, or try to meet monthly. It's usually the fourth
Yeah,
Monday?
usually it's the fourth Monday, I have that noted down here, it's the fourth Monday of every month. unless there's something going on, like a holiday. Often Memorial Day is on the 4th Monday, so we'll either have it the week before, or if there's a 5th Monday, we can do it on the 5th Monday. But yeah, that's.
So we got this, the city presentation.
Thanks.
Then after that, it's these newsletters that we each get an opportunity to contribute, so we kind of divide and conquer and each take a turn. And then we have the parade that's going to be in June. And so we encourage each of you to participate, and that's kind of fun. And then during the course of the summer, it's the presentation within whichever region you guys opt to, support. You get a chance to go share those signs. And then at the end of the year, we just kind of finish up with the holiday stuff and start all over.
So when you say participate in the parade, is it we walk down? the
Walk,
river?
yeah, or
Walk
ride
it.
in the vehicle
Or
that we
drive.
usually have.
I would not be able to walk it.
That's fine.
I think we may have a wheelbarrow.
Bob wants to drive the
I'm
car.
good with that.
The one that follows the horses.
If you
Yeah.
So Sean has
Yeah, I
been our
just-
go-to guy because he finds all the fun-looking cars and things. But if there's some connections you might have that helps us, display ourselves, these wonderful people help get us sort of up near the front of the parade,
Oh, nice.
so that we're out early, and then we just try not to get mauled by all the candy receivers. So we give out candy, and that can be a little overwhelming if you're walking it, but it's definitely fun. And that's basically about the most we cover, other than this community garden topic came up last year, and I think we both were pretty excited about it. We just haven't turned it into anything.
We are
since.
not, our commission is not in charge of it,
Yep.
but we can send a representative kind of thing.
Help
is
to
what I'm-
bring it,
help.
give us some energy so people say, yeah, this is being kind of
Yeah,
sponsored by the city.
which commission is in charge of that? Or
I'm sorry, I was looking at our newsletter
who's in
on-
charge of the community gardens?
of the community
Yeah,
gardens.
which commission is heading that up? Or
There is no
person?
commission who is heading that up. That's part of an I-Teams project right now, and I think Carson Hardy would be our best contact, but I can be that person for you,
Okay.
and I'll coordinate all that with them.
There's just some commonalities there.
Yeah.
And then as we started this off, so the intent then is when we have a chair and a vice chair, those individuals will just welcome us. We'll just kind of get this meeting started, and then ultimately for this year you get to present to the city council if you like. So anyone want to volunteer, you're welcome to. It's definitely not overwhelming. These guys do an awesome job of building the presentation deck, so you just have to show up and be the one to voice it.
Elaine, you've done it before.
Yeah,
How long's it been since then?
it was last year, beforehand.
Yeah.
Did you do it before?
So
And then I was the vice chair before that.
Any takers?
Anyone feeling excited about an opportunity?
Wait, so you basically have it all written out and you just go?
Yeah.
I think April actually puts it
A-
together.
Yeah,
This
we
PowerPoint,
basically
yeah.
we have a PowerPoint. I'll stick in the last year's beautification awards, that some of the pictures from last year's beautification awards
Mhm.
and holiday awards. And I made sure to take pictures this time for the parade
Sweet.
from last year, so we'll stick in that. And
When is this?
End of March.
March 12th is the
I'm
very
impressed that
Yep.
Elaine has a
It's
yard
been
that looks like
scheduled
it
for that
does, and
session.
she still managed to be the spokesperson. That
Well,
looks like
he
it.
came to my house. I was not home, and he
No, I got her
talked to-
husband.
He talked to my husband, and my husband said, "Full disclosure, she's on the committee."
And I was just like, it's too nice.
Way to lead by example,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
How long is it? How long is the thing?
That presentation?
Presentation.
Oh, it's not that long.
You're like, oh my god, thing.
10.
Yeah,
10,
it's
15.
very
Yeah,
short.
it's very, yeah, it's really just this is what we
And
did.
we, all of us that
Thanks
then
for your
can
support.
participate, we'll be there
I
right
mean,
with
would you even want me to do it? I didn't even do that last year.
No,
I was not involved.
I
he
literally-
wasn't involved in.
I literally sat down the first time, same thing
No, it's
happened,
not
and they
hard,
went,
so-
who wants
Okay.
to? And then they just looked at me and said, hey, you get to do this.
You run these meetings, and
I'm more than happy to do it. If
All
you
right,
would,
so
if
would you like to be our
if you need
chairperson for
someone-
this year?
Well, hot dog, I guess I just volunteered that.
Way to go.
All right.
I nominate Kristen.
I second
Okay,
it.
we will
I
send-
don't, yeah, it's-
Now, we need a vice chair too. Who would like to support her in case she's not able to
I'd
attend?
be
Go ahead.
willing to.
thanks, Bob.
There we go.
I nominate Elaine for that role.
No, I
Ooh,
think
I think
Bob
Bob
should do it.
volunteered.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, oh, you
let
volunteered?
Bob
Oh,
have a
excellent.
turn.
Perfect.
Okay, so we got Bob, and so we're going to just second that nomination for Bob. We already have one here.
Sweet.
So there you go. There you go. Is it,
What
the
did I
power
just
is
do?
passed. That easy.
What did I just do?
Kirsten.
It's
You want
really
a little
easy.
bit
I
of-
just,
This is essentially that presentation that we were kind of going over, so it's already entirely ready. And April and I can help you put this together and you just walk right through it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is
so
essentially
I'll
the
have it
presentation they
pretty
gave
much
last
ready
year.
for you next month
Okay.
when we meet.
And then I'll just go through it.
we'll
You'll
just go
probably
through
email
it.
it to me.
Did
Yeah,
they-
we'll email it. We'll
Okay.
share it with you, and
It's going to be at 6 o'clock on the 12th. Is that the time frame?
yeah, I think so. It'll be around there
Cool.
about the time.
Thank you for doing that.
Dinner time.
When they recognize these
That's fine.
homeowners
If
for
we
your
could just have,
that are outstanding,
That's
didn't
why
they
we have,
used
you
to
know,
have a
the
little
city
yard
council
sign you
member here
could
to
put in there?
kind of
Yes,
Well,
in fact, I
talk
can
to
grab
this
one and show you.
recorder,
They're
let's put
right
the
here in the
agenda.
More than happy
presentation.
to do it.
Oh, thank
They
you.
used to have a metal sign
in and out.
years ago.
Yeah.
Now they just have
We
like
can,
a
we can
campaign
say,
sign
hey,
and they
let's
can
get
keep
them
it.
in and out. And,
Yeah.
I'll put it, I'll make a request.
yeah.
So
It's right there.
these are the signs
done.
that we've done the last couple of years. And if you love them, awesome. And if you don't love them, that's awesome too. We can probably change the
Yeah, we
design.
can- Yeah,
That's
we have
something
to
we can do
order
every
new
year.
ones this year, so.
I think we ended up doing these twice in a year because we ordered so many that we had.
Yeah.
Or because of
somehow there
COVID,
was
we
a
didn't hand them
double
out and we just
order,
put a new
So I
date
put
on
a
them.
sticker on the old ones.
Yeah.
Because they doubled the order in 2022 for
I'm
some
okay with the
reason.
consistency. I mean, it
Yeah.
definitely has gotten the
Yeah, they look
recognition. But if you guys feel like another design, I don't know what other one's been done.
Well, it's nice to be consistent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm just curious as to, we ought to have some way of opening up to the public to make nominations because
We
we can't
do.
get around
We
to
have
all
We
of
that.
do.
them.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
the
we
on the
do.
website, on the city website, there is a place where they can go, and once we get closer, like in April, I usually talk to Pete Wolfe. He's kind of over the communications in the city, and he sends out the link and everything on Facebook, inviting people to nominate.
I think I had 4 or 5 in my own area, and then I
Yeah.
don't know how many you had, Elaine.
So.
Yeah, it's-
So, and all through the summer, I get nominations, and we'll look at the map, and you guys can decide what areas you kind of want to be over. We have it broken down into 7 groups, and so it's,
Well, Orem
And I-
isn't that big, so that
No,
we
Yeah.
so
couldn't
like
get to
I've,
any more.
I've got the yellow is where I'm at, and Elaine, aren't you just right below me?
Yes.
She's
The
in
red.
the green, or red?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, red.
she's
And then we have all that other area, I guess you guys can divvy it up,
You can
so.
see the key over here, that's the area numbers with their corresponding colors that are vacant. So we've got area 2, orange is vacant. Area 3, I'm colorblind, so if I say the wrong colors, area 3 looks blue to me.
That's right.
That one's available, area 4 is available, and I imagine,
Then there's
And a
the business,
business.
which
Yeah,
is
there's a
the,
business
because
one
this is the whole city, so you just get to go and look at the businesses and see, you know, and we also, on our, I'll share this with, I'll give it to Tyler, so next time we meet, we can show it to you, but, there's, on our site where you guys go to put your stuff in, you can also put whether or not it's a water,
Yep.
yeah, water friendly kind of, and that way it can also go to the, what is it, Natural Resources Commission,
yep.
and if we don't give them an award, we can send it over to them if it's a water use place, and they may give them an award for.
You're talking like a zero scape yard
Yeah.
type.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
Xeriscaping.
I probably
Yard-
did 2 of those.
Yeah,
last
so
year.
it's, because we also promote wise water usage. We're big with that in Public Works.
So we need someone to do the businesses and then those other areas, if any of you want to.
Okay, that's how it's broken up.
Yeah,
Someone does business and then.
and then these
the-
other
Areas,
open,
mhm.
open areas, just from a geography.
Just throw a dart. Give me one.
I'm happy to do businesses.
You want to do business?
Do business.
Perfect.
Great.
I love that.
And
And
where,
for
where's your
business.
home? Because sometimes it's nice to have it where your home is too, if you're talking
Mine,
about.
I'm in your section.
Oh, so you're up where I am.
I'm in
Okay.
yellow.
I'll try not to pick your house then, like I've done with Elaine. I do a poor job
I
of
can't.
picking our own
Do
council.
you know,
So
people we
basically,
bought it
if
from
you
did
look
a
at this
really good
map,
job
Did they?
This is
Yeah.
last
Such a good
year's
job
and the year
not
before
keeping up with it.
Oh,
So I
really?
think
of
it's like
the
clear.
the little dots on there show.
Or place signs.
Yeah, is where we put signs. The ones that have the little building, those are business awards that went out. The ones that have this little snowflake on them, those are Christmas awards.
Okay.
I will say that I try to do a few
Is this
businesses on
available?
Christmas.
Can you give us a link to this so we can?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We could do
This
Yeah,
is so we don't
um,
double up on them.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we don't double up.
Make sure you're not doing
And
them.
yeah, I'll send you a link to this. Also to our I'll send a link also because I have a spreadsheet that has all the years on it. And also I'll send you guys the link that you guys will use to put this in, and that sends me and that will automatically upload to the spreadsheet that we have.
I'll do the yellow.
You want orange?
The yellow area.
The yellow area? Who
Oh,
wants
okay,
orange?
that was
That's-
taken.
I've
No,
got
that's
six.
taken. So
That's
there's,
That's 6.
So I've got
Yellows,
6.
there's green.
Oh, you've got 6 already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the orange. It's pretty much central and southern Orem that's not covered.
Well, I'll do orange then.
Orange is like 800 north to 800 south.
Yeah.
From
And State Street on the
State
east.
Street to
Mhm.
the edge.
State Street
So
over to.
where's City Center? Right here,
Um,
where's Center Street?
4 corners.
Yeah, the 4 corners in that section of the,
Right, yeah.
not area 2,
It's
area
about-
6 is,
Yeah, area 2 is
So Center Street's gonna be this one right
Mhm.
here.
Okay.
We'll do blue.
You get to be down there, Sand Hill.
I said I'd do area 6.
There are.
Oh,
Yeah,
area
6
6
is yellow, and he's
Yellow.
already got it, and then
Oh,
you
that's
said
right.
orange,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah.
So we've got you for orange, area 2.
You
Very
definitely
good.
have the.
Kristen said she'd take area
Kirsten
3.
wants 3.
Yeah.
The red, the kind of higher
Yeah.
end.
And I also try to look at homes where you can tell that they have more engagement in, well, taking care of it.
Yeah.
Spelled correctly, is that right?
Sure is.
Awesome.
So that
Britton.
leaves
Where are you thinking?
Britain with 4.
Oh, he's got 4.
Is that what
Unless,
Britain?
unless Pam wants to trade, I'm still working in my career and have relationships with business members already. Does it make sense to do?
I do too. I work too.
She's in real estate.
Oh, perfect. Oh, good. Perfect.
She knows all the businesses.
Yeah, seriously. You are better off than there. Yeah, I'll take 4. That sounds
We'll
great.
still take advantage of either of you, because we also look for
Hardcore
help
commercial business.
in the parade of getting sponsors too. Sometimes it helps, but we haven't done that in a few years.
And I think I can get a 65 Mustang convertible for the parade.
Love it.
Excellent.
And Sean would think that'd be great. Maybe we need a
Ah.
couple this year so we can get everyone.
Is it your
It'd be the-
main ride?
No, it's my brother-in-law's. It's his
Okay.
baby.
Baby.
He's older and has a grumpy face, and he just likes
He can
driving
be a
down the
perfect
street and
driver.
scowling at everybody.
That might be good because it'll keep us protected. I'll have to make note of that. Well, again, we appreciate you guys helping us get that filled out. And then I guess it's really just getting to, we already kind of determined, Kristen, you get to be the lucky one to do the presentation thing for doing that. Now we just got to decide our goals for this year.
We also need to approve the minutes.
Oh,
still.
that's true. You want
So-
to throw them up or do we?
Oh, I didn't.
even prepare?
We can, but it.
We'll say minutes approved from July 31st.
Yeah, that was. I can send them out to you again if you guys want to hold off till next month to approve them. We can approve both minutes from this month and.
Well, it's a little hard to disapprove when you don't.
It's the meeting from the July 31st is actually about the community garden.
How about this one? Give them a chance to review and then
Yeah.
we'll do it on
We
next
can
month.
postpone that until.
Perfect.
Was that the last time they met? Was July 31st?
Well, no, we did meet in October, but we didn't have a quorum, so we didn't need to post any minutes for. And what happens with minutes is I will send out, basically it will kind of look like the agenda with links on it. And the minutes are posted to YouTube and you can go to YouTube, and if we have a presentation, I often try to get the slides up with that, but other than that, it's just the minutes, and you can click on each link, and that will link to where we moved on to each area of discussion. So I will send those minutes out to you guys, and you guys.
And then we'll shoot for, I guess.
Yeah, and that is actually,
February.
it was an online meeting, and it was about the community garden, so.
Do we have a map that shows all the vacant properties and?
There was something that they shared, yeah, but we didn't get into the minutia of it, because it was like a lot, and that's where you said you got that group that's kind of refining it down.
They're
Just
gonna
a
refine
few.
that, and then we can talk about.
And that's something else that, you know,
Okay.
if you guys want to meet with them, that's something that Tyler
We can set up
we
for
can
you.
set up and
Okay.
have them come in and present what they're looking at. And then we can also, you know, throw our support behind it.
Why don't we just quickly review the 3 goals we have, and then if we'd like to add that. So this is the first one. Just enhancing the beauty. And then what's the second one? And thanks for driving this.
How are we like promoting like the beautification awards and stuff like that? Do we have an Instagram? Like, is there like
We do.
flyers? Like vote for yard? Like how's
We send out, they do,
newsletters?
we do the newsletters, we do Facebook
Okay.
with, and Pete Wolfe, I ask him to often, you know, send out, hey, here's the link.
Mm.
And we can encourage people to just go, because there is a link on the city website that if you know,
Right.
they
I
can
mean,
go
I've lived
click.
in Orem for
And
3
you've never-
years, and
Yeah.
I knew that this was a thing because my in-laws got it one year, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. But that's about it. I didn't know you could vote.
Yeah, you
You
the-
can nominate.
Nominate,
yeah,
not
you
vote,
nominate.
but nominate.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
And so
But
we
we-
usually try to send it out on Facebook
Okay.
and through the newsletters, and that's something that we can make sure that they do monthly. is send
So
out
do we
during
all, as a
summer.
committee, become the impartial judges, or
You actually get to be the
You
judge in
get
your
to-
area.
in your own area?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
have
you
ultimate
too.
I can send you
Yeah.
a nomination. If I get a nomination for your area, I can send it to you. You don't have to give it to them. But you
We've run into
can.
that.
Yeah.
But if you, if
We
you
have
like,
enough
wow.
everybody
Sometimes they
that's nominated
nominate
this
themselves.
one.
yeah, you can give it to them if you want to. If you're like, you know, and you can look at your various areas and be like, okay, yeah, this is for this area this is really well taken care of, and
I had an hour-long conversation with one lady. She was just an amazing lady, but I was like, I don't know why this wasn't nominated.
Do we work with like the Extension Office or the Central Utah Water Conservancy District to identify areas where they might be using water-wise techniques or xeriscaping or anything like that?
Well, when you look and see, when I'll send you the link again that has it, and it has a question: is this a water-wise usage? Is this xeriscaping? And if it is, you can say, okay, well, I'll pass this on to the Natural Resources Commission, and they may take that up and give them an award for their water-wise usage, as opposed to us giving them an award, or you can give them an award. But we have worked with the xeriscaping. We helped with the code. We looked at and supported with their coding, what they did with the city. And we do often, last year we did, in one of our newsletters, we did give like the Water Conservancy districts information about all the classes that they offer on water-wise usage.
I think we've even helped with educating on the rebates for those that
Yeah.
participate and
Oh, good.
get credits towards their smart water controllers and things like that. They've also,
And that's something that we can always reiterate in newsletters about.
That's
Yeah.
where we've done most of that communication, if they read them.
And so I'm getting the idea that we're just nothing but goodwill liaisons, and we don't really get involved with those yards that need help and maybe in violation of city codes.
Yeah, we are not the enforcer of, boy, you've got to make your yard better.
Yeah.
Our intent is to bring the spirit of,
Yes.
this is a great example,
just wanted
and
to
promote
make
it from
sure.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
we have a neighborhood enforcement team. I think we call it NIT, it's Neighborhood Improvement Team. And if you happen to see things while you're out and about in your area where like, man, that's a real eyesore, that's unfortunate that they've let that get that way, you can relay that to me or April and we can share that information with NIT. But you guys are nothing but positive rainbows and wonderful things, so.
Yeah.
There's also
We try to-
all-star yards, right?
Yeah, that
Landscape.
that have really improved their yards and their houses and stuff, then I believe that's the All-Star Award.
What commission
We're not in
oversees
charge.
those?
I
Is-
Kenna used to be over it, so I'm not quite.
Yeah, I
It was,
Yeah, and that
yeah.
would be an example of someone that went from like, really needed some help to like, wow, they really leveled up this year, right?
Yeah, it's where there's a market
Renovations and re-landscaped
Yeah.
and things like that.
improvement and things have been cleaned up and.
Would there be any?
And that may be actually through the NIT team that
Yeah, it
goes
might
through.
be.
Would there be any interest in recognizing someone who does gardenscaping?
Yeah.
Or landscaping with
Absolutely.
producing a garden that actually does things, whether they, if they do it and they're donating the excess, that's great.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
recognize
that's-
them.
But
And that's when you give out the awards, you can, if, we'd like it if you can talk to the owners and get their permission. If you can get their permission to put their stuff like on Facebook, I can forward that on to the city and they'll put it on and give a shout out on Facebook saying, look at this, they're doing this wonderful thing, this is.
So we don't have our own Facebook page
We
anymore?
do have a Facebook page, but I do not have we have tried and tried and tried to get me to have the rights to do stuff on it,
Yeah.
but I can't.
I think it'd be better on the city one, just
Yeah.
because more people know about it and
Yeah,
see it.
and that's where we want you to talk to the owners so we can get permission.
Well, and
to
often, when you
post.
talk to the owners, they'll take you in their backyard, and that's when you'll see their gardens, or,
Yeah.
their vegetable gardens and things like that.
But we do have to have permission to post their property online, so.
And that'll be on that form that you get to fill out.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, typically gardenscaping, you do drip irrigation anyway, so it's
Yeah.
going to be water wise.
Yeah, but if you, when you send something up to me, you can also there's notes that you can add to it and I can send it up to the city to post on the Facebook page, the citywide Facebook page, so everyone sees it and then we can give citywide recognition about, look at, this is this property, they're doing, there's this example of gardenscaping, there's this example of xeriscaping, and just give them some recognition on, what they're doing to help beautify the city.
These are great things.
This is fun stuff.
It is fun, actually. It is fun. It really is.
We want them to improve through positivity.
I would love to see, with the new council, hopefully there's a new plan to beautify State Street at some point. We have a representative that could go work in the community garden section, or we have a representative that can go work with whoever's going to be beautifying State Street, or, we could expand as we go along. But for now, that's all we do.
Yeah. State Street is under UDOT, so while we work with them, some of that's not quite our control. Yeah.
So you can't put a garden down the middle of State Street?
No,
Take out that
meridians are-
Suicide lane, huh?
Heavily frowned upon, probably.
Yeah.
Probably have to have really hardy plants for State Street to survive
Bunch of
all the
cactuses,
cars.
maybe.
So I know in this goal here, this could be one area where we could promote then the idea of this community garden, I believe. I don't know if that's on the next slide or some of the.
Only 2 goals last year, it looks like.
Oh, we just had the two, but maybe that's where we
And I
could
think
add
these
in.
provide more
Yeah.
information based on what the goal meant, right? These pages
Yeah,
here.
so we need
Yeah.
to put
Yeah.
in there somewhere about promoting community gardens and
So
getting that started.
do we want to keep these exact same goals, or do we want to brainstorm on something different? What do we want to focus on this year?
Well, let's start with those that are new. I mean, you guys, this is the first time seeing it, and I know you haven't had a chance to participate yet, but
Let me
what's
give
your
you the
thoughts?
details, because that's where you kind of see the meat behind it, but. I mean, a lot of these are things that we already do as our responsibilities anyways. To me, a goal is maybe something we want to add to or reach for, right? So if just sky's the limit. You guys think about what you want to do and
Yeah, because
what
we
you want
can,
to focus on, and we can
we
change that.
pretty
now
much got to
together.
the first week of March to get
That's
this
true.
all.
Because I know that some of you might not have your limits on time at the moment. Why don't we come back after you guys have had a chance to review this, if you'll
Yeah.
send it out,
Yeah.
and then let
I
everyone
think that
weigh in.
sounds
That
good.
might be more beneficial with their time.
And maybe what we do, April, is if we want to, let's send out a welcome email to everyone in the committee, and let's include the link to the map, the presentation for them to review. That would give them some ideas of what the current goals are, and maybe the yards and examples of what occurred last year. We're happy to help you make this presentation ready for March 12th. You're welcome to do whatever you want with it as well. We can collaborate. But yeah, whatever we can do to give them all the information we need.
Can we also put whatever the city code is relating to this committee, just so
Yes.
that we all kind of have a basic understanding of what
Yes,
Yep.
I do have that.
That'd be great. Good idea.
Is that good then? We'll take the time just to review this, and then when we get back together, is February,
February.
do you want to set the date today?
Yeah, we can set the date for February.
So who generates the PowerPoint? You do?
Yeah, I put all we can change it real time right now and or during the meetings. I usually will put in all the pictures because those I receive all the pictures. So.
Okay.
And so I'll add the pictures and stuff. I'll send you guys out the information, and if you can reply back to me with like your shirt size, I will get you guys a Beautification Commission shirt. They're just polo shirts that.
Same one we had prior year?
Yeah. So
Amazing, I love
Yeah,
shirts.
let's just put that all in that welcome email, and
Yeah.
they can respond to everything we need there.
What color are they?
And,
Blue.
I don't do
and this
orange.
presentation is
Royal
the
blue.
same.
no, it's basically that color of blue.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Real blue.
Well, I don't look good in blue.
We'll make you look good.
Flashes the dress.
So I guess we'll shoot, would the 26th be okay then? February
Yep.
26th? That's the fourth Monday. Same time?
Mhm.
And then after she sends this out, I would just encourage everyone then just to look through the goals and then come back maybe to the emails that way, because we're not trying to haggle through it in one venue. We can take let people share that way. It might be a little bit more
And
efficient.
then on the 26th, if those of you who have shirts, bring them, and I'll
Okay.
have your shirts. I'll try to get your shirts ordered if you can get
Will we
back
do
to me.
pictures?
So we can do a picture of the commission to put into the presentation.
Presentation.
Okay. All right.
Dated picture.
Cool.
And you get to do this, kick it off the next time around.
So that bit
No
more
idea where I'm
pretty
going.
also.
That's,
Yeah.
none of us do.
That's the beauty of
That's
it.
the beauty. You just show up.
Motion to
The
adjourn.
sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Sweet
Yeah.
fun.
So you just need
If
to.
you want to do a song and dance, you're welcome to.
Well,
Oh. My talents end right before then. I just can't do that.
was there anything else that we meant to cover? Or
And I
any
can't
other
help with
questions?
the dance part either.
We could
Flashes
come up
with
with
your
something.
eyes.
Maybe a skit. We could do a skit. Bob and Stand
Just,
up.
we can discuss newsletters next month if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
In order to get one out for February, we need it by January 20th, so we're not going to worry about this one right now. We'll shoot for the first newsletter in March. If we want to assign that now, great. I typically want those from you by the 20th of the prior month. So February 20th, I'll want what you guys want posted for March. And
Where do I find previous beautification?
newsletters?
The
Newsletters?
That's where they are.
Okay, the
Yeah.
Orem City newsletters.
On the website.
Okay, just
you
so I
can
can
even
like
copy those.
go through it and
See
know.
what- Yeah.
what a typical thing I'm supposed to
I
write.
can share something. These are some that have been shared recently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not on here. Let me go to the other computer ones. Here, it's very simple. You can just send it to us in the form of a Google Doc. This is an example of one we did in August.
Mm.
Something simple. It's got some good information in it, and we send it to our communications officer, and he puts it in the newsletter for us.
Cool.
And I've been saving these so that if anyone doesn't make it happen,
You can
we've got a
refresh it?
default from
Yeah, yeah,
previous
yeah.
years that
I
we
like
can
it.
just build a library of other topics that have been helpful for that time of year.
So just newsletters about how we can beautify our own yards or
Or it'd be
waterwise
like the
or
waterwise,
Right.
other things.
okay.
In the fall, they typically have done one to help people, remind them of winterizing. What's the proper methods of winterizing your yard and
Right.
taking care of those things. In
Right.
spring, it's irrigation,
Probably time to run the
planting
garage
bulbs.
sale
and-
rules again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a
yeah,
couple
great.
years.
Good idea.
Mm.
We try to kind of theme it so it's purposeful and useful
Right.
So
for
like
that time
March,
of year. But
you know, when to start planting.
Yeah, you could do
Right.
a
a great one for
February.
starting up your gardens and.
cool weather crops kind of article.
So, what participation does the city have in those garden plots? Do they provide the raised beds and the material to go in them, or does the general
Just the
have to do
property.
that?
I think it's just property.
Just the property, the city, you're talking about the community garden when
Yeah.
we settle on that. Typically, the city will, we will provide a water service, we will provide water. If it's like general, like maybe it's a heap of gravel and a bunch of weeds, we would probably participate in going in and helping give it a grade and knocking all that down and getting it ready. But usually all the raised beds and that kind of stuff comes through volunteers. We would seek out volunteer funding from schools and local businesses, and a lot of that would be driven through community action.
Yeah,
Right.
I think
I
community.
think that's the group that's doing
Yeah.
it. So yeah, most of that's volunteer work and
Yeah.
donations.
I looked at the ones that are there by the hospital.
Mhm.
And that's
Those are
sponsored by the
real nice, but
hospital.
they're sponsored by the hospital and supported
Okay.
by them. They've got dedicated staff and budget to help with that, I believe.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, we toured that area last year. It is very nice. And that's why it's probably a good idea to have a committee within that neighborhood so that funds can be raised for that kind of thing if you want it to look a certain way. But I also think the lady from Community Action has some resources too.
Yeah.
So does anybody want to cover an article in February then?
I can do that. When's that due?
20th.
20th of February, and it'll go in the March newsletter.
We really appreciate having some extra bodies. We were getting a little light.
Yeah, we were.
So Britton, I am gonna put you down for the
And I was talking
newsletter
to Dave.
in
I was
March.
like, what can I do
Yeah.
for my city?
There you
Our
go.
Beautification team, we're like, all right.
Same thing
There you
happened to
go.
me. I raised my
Don't
hand.
know what I'm gonna do.
Sorry?
O-N-E-N.
O-N.
That's the
Okay.
best part.
Don't
But
look at my yard.
So we're gonna do that.
Just
You're
kidding.
welcome to pick the topics.
But it is-
and if you can
it
get that
is
to me by
fun.
February 20th.
What kind of like we're talking?
Oh, don't tell anybody that. We're gonna have to.
It wasn't my fault.
Because they can link
It can be
it.
You said
very,
the things I
typically
don't know how to
it fits
resend.
within a half to a full page of a Google Doc, just
I'll
something
figure it
simple,
out.
easy to
I'll
submit,
be
something
more
that we can
responsible.
include in the newsletter. It doesn't have to be limited to that. I don't know that we've ever limited the length of it.
Right,
Just-
if it's too long, they can link
Yeah.
to it.
They'll
Yeah.
kind of put it within the space they have and then link the full article. So,
Thanks. And then we can define that at our next meeting for the rest of the
Yeah.
coming year.
Okay.
Well, unless there's other topics, I'll say we adjourn at this point. Is there any other comments?
I second that.
Perfect.
great. Well, thank you all for coming.
Look forward to getting to
thanks.
know
Get
you.
It's
everything
great to
sent
meet all
out
of you.
tomorrow.
Yes,
Thanks
to
for
you
coming.
too. I
Yeah,
think this will be fun.
it will be. It's fun to have new faces.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you do to help us get these community gardens going. That'd be great.
And I'm kind of.
Tyler's the one to,
Hope they have
he's
no
the
photo zones.
admin, I'm the clerical, so, I don't know, maybe
What's that?
Are you
How's
an
that be most
active
helpful
agent?
for the position?
Okay. I just
Well,
started
the
2
thing that
years
Dave
ago.
did that was incredibly helpful was help us find new committee members, and we
Yeah.
just got all of the committee members filled. So we would just love for you to be here and offer your support and advice,
Also,
and
I use the
yeah, last year we started off with a fall commission and we lost
You know,
4
I don't
members.
consider myself a sales
Within the year.
person.
But I'd say if we could find a way to
Personal
get this
problem.
community garden thought moving
Yeah.
forward, that would be.
It's stunning to me.
plus,
It has
however,
much as
but it's
it
probably
almost
greater than
costs,
this
it's
group.
emotion that sells
Yeah,
us.
but it would be nice
yeah,
to
that's
be
a
able
pretty
to.
big endeavor, but it falls within the realm of this group, and it's fun to have your input and support. And when we start getting further down the road, I would imagine maybe we bring to the table the ideas and the design, and maybe you guys can make some recommendations on, I don't know. It's just more of a support role,
Well,
I
yeah,
think. and
for this area,
rather than the
knowing
driver,
what
it would be a
grows
support
well.
role.
Right.
For the area and how to grow it and stuff. I have a black thumb, I can kill a cactus, so.
I think we all can in our way. Well, thank
Yeah.
you guys.
This person find where they need to be.